Hi folks, we're back and we're going to keep going here. I'm going to trim some of this off here and round him up a little bit. I kind of got his face in there alright, and I'm just going to trim a little bit off. See, if you trim a little bit off where the nose is, I don't know if you can see what I just did there. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. I take the point of my knife and I take it up a little ways and I just cut it. Just a tad. Alright? Now, to make these eyes, I'm not going to do a whole lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recut this. It needs to be a little deeper. Alright? Just like so. Alright, and I'm going to do the other side. Your deepest part of the face is really where the nose and the eyeball, right where I have the knife, okay? That's usually your deepest part. And I'm going to be real honest with you folks. When I keep carving, there's always a little bit of difference from year to year how I do things. I think you notice that even looking at the videos, things become a little more defined than they did in the past, and that's perfectly okay. You'll notice I fuss with things a little bit more than I used to, but his look is always going to look a little different than what you're used to in the past. So it will look very similar, but it will look a little more refined, and that's true with any of us that carve. You're going to notice that. Alright, so I actually got all those videos released quicker than I thought. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but I'm just trying to get it nice and round up there in the corners. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just an eyeball. I don't think I'll do a lid on it on this one. That looks a little crooked, doesn't it? Alright. I think I'm going to have to go up a little bit into the eye here. Get that out just a tad deeper. It's kind of hard from where I'm viewing it to see this like you see it. But, alright, so that's pretty well where we want the eyeballs. And the eyeballs are always going to be a little different from each other. So I'm going to just do a stop cut for both eyeballs. And folks, if you really want to learn this, take it to a different piece of wood and experiment. Draw some eyeballs, do some eyelids, do the whole gamut there, and you will probably, your skill will get much better if you take just a piece of wood and start carving it. Okay, so I'm going to use my big knife here because it's a little tad sharper. So what I do with the eyeballs, and since I don't have an eyelid on them really, and I'm not going to put one on this one, I cut out that corner, and you'll notice I'll do it on this one as well. I'm going to sweep that out. And it's like a huge V cut. That just split on me. That wasn't intended, but that's okay. It won't matter. Something I wanted to take out of there. This wood's a little brittle, which is okay. I mean, it's been sitting around somewhere for 15 years, so I'm real happy with it. Otherwise, it's been taking the detail really well. I have a whole pile of it here. So I've got enough for quite a while to keep me happy. And I was running a little low on stuff. Okay, in there in the corner. Let me look at it from here. and just fix a couple things while I'm back here. Sorry about that, folks. I just have such a hard time seeing it from that angle. I try to give you as much detail as I can, and so forgive me for moving this out of the way. I'm just doing right beside the nose and where the eyeball meets, getting some defined, okay? So there's our face. We're pretty well done with that portion of it. We've got to put all the whiskers on and stuff yet, and do all the lines for the beard. I'm just taking off the rough stuff. I can see it in the light sometimes better. I don't know if you could see that. See how it looks a little rough down there? Then you turn around and you just... Alright, now, since we have that portion done, okay, and the hat still is not to my liking, but we'll get that straightened out. And, you know, the beauty of carving, you can just pretty well do what you want. If something doesn't look right, you just take your knife and cut it off. Okay, that looks a little bit more proportioned. It looked way too big. I left it kind of big with the cone at the top in case it wasn't big enough, and it was more than enough. But I wanted a big cone thing up here. That will look nice when it's painted white and all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give him some feet. This is going to be a robe. I'm going to put some feet in here. This is similar to what I've done in the past already. And it's not difficult to do. Just draw your line across, and the first thing I do is on the top here, and we'll put some detail in the rest of it here. And the feet, he looks a little different than a normal Santa, but he's I do different things once in a while. You know, finding new ideas is not always easy, folks. You know, I don't know about you, but I have to be in the mood to carve stuff. I just can't do it because I have to do it. That's why I don't do commission work a lot of times. It takes the fun out of it for me. I don't know about you, but it sure does for me. And I'll do one now and then, or I like to carve what I want, and if you like it and you buy it at a show, that's terrific. That's the best thing. Yeah. Some things I repeat, like my branch Santas and such. They're such a hit. I sold so many at the last show I was at that I was foolish not to make some more. I have the other show I'm going to, other than William Rush, it will be the Christmas at Joanna, and I think it's the first week in December. It's a nighttime thing. Boy, talk about something really cool. It is a unique experience, even as a vendor. I've done things outside, I've done things inside, you know, I've done shows both ways. What you're going to do is put one in the middle here. Alright, and with that you're just going to put a little deeper where the V-cut's going to be, and we're going to just cut it out. Like so. Alright. I have quite a few things to paint before tomorrow. If I get it done, that's fine. If I don't, it's also fine.